For the last year, I've been exploring and learning about lost media. Lost media is simply media that once existed but we are unable to find, as physical copies have become increasingly scarce and digital copies get left on old computers and hard drives and often deleted over time. This includes movies, TV shows and music, among other things. I have also become interested in music preservation, which basically means cataloguing, databasing and uploading music releases. An example of a music preservation website would be Discogs, an online database of music releases that also includes a marketplace. Anyone can add or edit entries in the database, and it's a great way to log all releases that have been released by an artist. I've added a few entries on here of some local or unsigned bands that have had no prior presence on the platform. Combining these two interests together of lost media and music preservation, we come to the subject of this video, the 2006 While She Sleeps EP. I'm a big fan of the band and have been in the music video for Hurricane, met the band, seen the band perform on multiple occasions, the most recent time in January, and even had a meme that I made shared by the band on social media. So when I read about the existence of an EP from 2006 on Wikipedia of all places, it surprised me that I'd never heard of it before. I searched online and the only image I could find was from the bassist of While She Sleeps, Aaron McKenzie's Instagram story. He posted this picture in April 2019 with the following caption. From the picture, it confirms the existence of the EP by the band themselves. It looks like a CDR inside a plastic sleeve, which is very common for early releases. We can only see the front of the EP in this picture, so we don't know how many songs this included or what the tracklist looked like. To understand why this EP hasn't been uploaded to streaming platforms, we have to go back to 2006. The band was very different back then. For one, they had a different vocalist, and two, they had a much more raw and unpolished sound. Now most people associate While She Sleeps with Lawrence Taylor, the vocalist since 2010, The North Stands for Nothing and Onward, but in fact their original vocalist was Jordan "The Face" Widowson. Googling his name shows that he was in the band from 2006 to 2009 as the lead vocalist. To start my search, I had to go right back to the beginning. The first step was going through old YouTube videos of the band and seeing what songs I didn't recognise. I wasn't really sure where to start, but I was determined to discover something. Maybe the EP was already on YouTube and I just didn't know about it. After a while of searching, I found something interesting. There was a channel called TheMoshingPenguin that I found shortly after starting my search. On the channel there were 3 tracks called The Doctor, Embedded in Sand and I Am King. These tracks are very different to the While She Sleeps we know of today, with the tracks being less melodic. I was not familiar with any of these tracks at the time, so I thought they could possibly be the ones I was looking for. I searched through the comments of these videos multiple times, and the uploader mentioned a few other songs he hadn't got around to uploading yet. Considering this was almost a decade on, I doubt he was going to upload them now. I tried to get in contact with TheMoshingPenguin by leaving comments on his videos, but to no avail. Armed with the songs he talked about and a picture of the CD, I created an entry on Discogs, the music database website I mentioned earlier. I entered the songs thought to be on this EP with the little information I had. I did this to try and drum up the general public's knowledge on the existence of the EP. Slowly but surely, people added it to their want list, which is a list on Discogs that a user makes of the media they want in their collection. I tried messaging the original vocalist Jordan Widowson on Instagram, but to no response. I also did the same with Aaron, who originally posted the picture on his Instagram story, and again, no response. The search reached a dead end, with no new leads to go on. It was put on hold until a breakthrough happened. Still, it was a start. Maybe something could happen with the information I found. After a while of nothing really happening, curiosity got the better of me, and I tried looking again. I had a deeper look into the community of the band. Never underestimate a band's fan base. The love of music can unite people from far off countries, from different backgrounds and cultures. This would be a good place to look. Maybe someone already had these songs. Personally, I haven't really been involved in a specific band's community. I'm an introvert, and I wasn't even part of a group chat with my friends, for example. I was worried about even being accepted into a community, and the people not taking me seriously. Would people actually care about 14-year-old songs? After looking around a bit, I found a few mega fans of the band. I sent a few copy and pasted messages about the EP and waited. Some people didn't even read my message, and some people said the chances of me finding the songs were extremely slim. Not a good start. I did some more looking at different accounts, and one account that I came across was While She Sleeps Portugal, a fan account run by a lady called Felipa. I noticed she had come across my Discogs entry and posted a picture of it on her account. She tagged the band in this post, and Matt commented the following.
This is even earlier than those songs mentioned. This contained 3 tracks: Suicide Kiss, Burn Them at the Stake, and even Ron Jeremy arrives a little late sometimes. You can thank Jordan for those titles. Pretty sure they only exist on these CDs, which is probably limited to around 50, and an old hard drive in my loft somewhere.
This was a major breakthrough. However, none of the tracks I thought were part of the EP were mentioned. Where were they from? Where did TheMoshingPenguin get them from? At least we had confirmation from the band about the 2006 EP tracklist. I updated the entry on Discogs with the correct tracklist, but mentioned the other songs in the description of the entry, as I wasn't quite sure where they fit into this puzzle. I reached out to While She Sleeps Portugal, the fan account, and other fans that seemed to be interested in the search. I created a group chat on Instagram so we could share progress and details of the search. Many hands make light work, as they say. A task is soon accomplished if several people help. I gave everyone the details of my findings so far, but there is only one picture of the EP online and the confirmed track list. Now that we were all on the same page, we really started to look everywhere. We went back to YouTube and scoured through old videos. We found a few videos that I had missed the first time round. Some of the songs that we found were from 2007 that were played live were To Whom This May Concern, Paying the Price of Beauty, and Alchemist. These weren't on the 2006 EP either. Where were they from? We also realised around this time that While She Sleeps released a double single in 2010 called I Am King / We the Brave. We the Brave was on YouTube but with 800 views, so it was almost buried before I found it. I Am King has over 40,000. Not sure why there's such a big difference in views between those two songs, but at least we figured out where I Am King came from. This was getting confusing, with so many old tracks appearing in live videos but not anywhere else. What order were they released in? We went back to TheMoshingPenguin. Maybe he could help. One of the accounts that was involved in the search was WSS Fans, who also goes by the account Leica Graphics. Shout out to him, his graphic design is phenomenal. He noticed that in TheMoshingPenguin's YouTube description was his PlayStation name. Leica messaged him on PlayStation but didn't get a reply. We posted on every website we could think of about the EP, from Facebook buying and selling groups and While She Sleeps fan pages. Working together, we knew we could find the EP. I created a post on r/Metalcore about the EP. I provided all the information I found so far. Every song name I'd come across, screenshots of what Matt said about the tracklist. Reddit users provided some ideas but no solid leads. One of the moderators of the subreddit, Oscar Rainey, joined in on the search. After a post by the WSS Fans account, Aaron confirmed the tracklist once more.
This was released in 2006, a few weeks after the band was formed. It consisted of 3 tracks. 1. Burn Them at the Stake, 2. Suicide Kiss, and 3. Even Ron Jeremy arrives a little late sometimes. This music isn't on the net, I believe. It probably only exists on whoever owns one of these CDs and on Matt's old hard drive somewhere.
With another member of the band confirming the tracklist, we could definitely say with certainty that these were the only songs on the EP. So what were the other tracks that TheMoshingPenguin had? One idea was to look into bands that played with While She Sleeps early on. We could then ask members of these bands if they knew more about old While She Sleeps songs. One band we found crop up a few times was the band called And White Stars. After finding out the name of the vocalist of And White Stars, Matthew Conway, I found him on Instagram and gave him a follow, as he might be a useful contact to have. He also gave me a follow back. Chris Dawson, now in Bury Tomorrow, was in And White Stars back in the day. After then taking the name of this band and adding it to While She Sleeps into a Google search, We found this on Bandcamp in late October 2019. No one in the group of fans had any idea that this EP was released. It was released by James Records and contained 2 While She Sleeps tracks and 2 And White Stars tracks. After creating the entry on Discogs with all the information we had, you'll notice one of the songs, Embedded in Sand, was one of the ones that TheMoshingPenguin uploaded previously, so we now knew that it was from this 2009 EP. Homecoming, track 2, was one track we'd never heard before. After sharing this around, a few of us purchased the EP to support the label. I emailed the record label, James Records, to get more information about this release. The owner, Peter James, uploaded it to Bandcamp so it didn't get lost to time, and mentioned only 100 copies were made in total. He mentioned he didn't have any other older While She Sleeps material, however. After discovering the EP, James's Records Bandcamp description changed to the following: hardcore label, now hibernating. Please download these EPs for free. Give your money to charity instead. Thanks. We then uploaded the 2009 EP to this channel. If you haven't heard it yet, you can find it on the playlist tab. After posting the songs onto our channel, Shaun from While She Sleeps uploaded a video on his Instagram story of himself and Matt watching the YouTube video. This made the group chat go wild, with the fans happy that the band actually took notice of the work we were doing in restoring these old tracks. After posting this video to my personal Instagram, Matthew Conway from And White Stars that I mentioned earlier saw the video. He sent me the following voice message.
Honestly, I've just stopped brushing my teeth to say thank you. That's really appreciated. We've lost all the original copies. I was talking to Dawson about that. It's really appreciated, mate. I've honestly not heard them tracks since we recorded them 9 years ago or something. Okay, man, peace.
We were happy to have found a piece of While She Sleeps history, even if it wasn't the EP we were originally looking for. So the 2009 EP was found and preserved online, which was great. The ultimate goal was finding the 2006 EP after all, so which direction could we go in next? He then told me to look into Revenants. Lawrence Taylor, aka Loz, current While She Sleeps vocalist, used to perform vocals in this band. We had seen it on the tour posters but not looked into that band yet, so after some research we looked into Revenants. We weren't sure how this would fit into our search, but looking into Loz's old band wouldn't hurt. We may find some hidden gems. After looking online, it looks like they only released a self-titled EP. After some searching, we didn't find any download links for it anywhere. After some digging, we found a big cartel page for the record label, Eulogy of God Records, and I saw a CD which was £3. I actually ordered one and got an instant refund through PayPal. I emailed the address that was connected to the PayPal account, and he was also called Peter, and I asked about the EP. I got a response saying that he would send me a copy for free. What a nice guy. The copy didn't come. Maybe he forgot, but that's okay. I found another copy on eBay for about £8, and after it came, I uploaded it to this channel. You'll find it under playlists. While the nice finds of the 2009 EP and the Revenants EP were great, they weren't exactly what I was after, and the search wasn't done quite yet. I made a second post on r/Metalcore to detail the findings so far. It was more of an update post talking about the new discoveries. Within a few hours, a comment was posted from Goodwill Gamer. I found an MP3 on what appears to be a Russian site, claiming to be the Suicide Kiss track. I have mirrored it to YouTube to make it easier and less sketchy to access. While I was skeptical at first, other Redditors agreed that it was While She Sleeps. The account No Servant of Mine stated the following.
This is 100% While She Sleeps, but with their original vocalist, Jordan Widdowson. Went to school with them, so heard this a lot of local gigs.
So there was the breakthrough we needed. One song down, 2 more to go. After this discovery, we thought the other tracks would be out there somewhere. If this one exists online, in theory the other 2 remaining tracks should be online too. Some of the methods we tried were using different search engines, as sometimes this helps with finding obscure songs. I have a VK account which is a Russian social network, even bigger than Facebook over there. I use it to look for obscure songs. I found some good stuff using it before. I made a post in the While She Sleeps community on there, and nothing really came of it. What we did find was a forum called Funky Souls. It seems to be a music forum, with all the text being in Russian. We found a While She Sleeps page on there and scoured through the results. On the very first post, we can see some information about the EP. Apparently, according to this poster, there were 4 tracks, with one being a track called Mats, and then the rest of the EP were tracks that we knew already. I had no idea what Mats might be. The download link is unfortunately dead as the post was made back in 2010. I wrote a comment on the forum using Google Translate about the EP to see if anyone could re-upload the tracks for me or have any more information. Unfortunately, nobody responded to my post. Well, one guy did, but he sent me the 2009 EP on Bandcamp, the one I discovered a few days prior. I told him that I was the one who found it, but I don't think he understood me as he didn't respond. Having no understanding of Russian and not being familiar with the site at all, it took me a while to figure out that each commenter has a link to their VK profile. So I went to the original poster and clicked through to his VK profile. Could this guy have the full EP still? I sent him a message using Google Translate and waited. After a few days, he actually responded to my message with the download link. So I clicked the link and downloaded the tracks. Problem was, there was only 2 tracks in the link. The first one, Matt, and the second one, Suicide Kiss, which we already had. I asked him whether he had the other 2 tracks, and he explained that he never had them. He only had those 2, and he saw the tracklist online and put it in his post. He started posting in English, maybe because he saw my name on VK, which is in English, and he started using Google Translate. He responded with the following: inclined to believe that these tracks can had only members of the group, for example, Redhead Brothers, but they don't remember it. I'm not sure what he meant by Redhead Brothers, but it definitely made me chuckle. Anyway, going back to the files he did send across, what exactly is Matt's? Well, this is it. I have no idea what it could be. It is just some electronic music, nothing to do with While She Sleeps. If anyone knows what this could be, leave a comment below. Maybe it is one of Matt Welsh's college projects or something completely different. Who knows? It definitely has nothing to do with the EP. Going by the band's post rather than some random guy on a Russian forum, so I put it to one side. So, after that dead end, the search went quiet for a while. We found some old logos, some old websites, some old pictures too. I found a copy of the Mad World cover from Radio 1 and uploaded it to this channel. Then, 8 hours later, the band uploaded it themselves to their own channel. That can't have been a coincidence, as it was performed over a year ago. Some actual pictures appeared on Discogs of the 2009 EP. Someone actually owned a copy still. I asked him where he bought it from, and it was a Facebook group from a few years ago, so I asked on there, but nothing came from it either. Finding all those things was all well and good, but the search for the 2006 EP was growing colder every day. It was annoying that we had one track from it, but not the other 2. It was almost as if it was teasing us. I tried posting on Reddit one final time. We got a few comments from people interested in what we had so far, but nothing new. Due to the coronavirus outbreak, I had a bit more spare time on my hands. The search was pretty much over at this point. We found Suicide Kiss over 24 weeks ago. What else could be done? I went back to the very basics. I revisited those old videos of While She Sleeps playing live and found the oldest one. However, when I noticed the account name, I had a brainwave. The account that had uploaded these tracks was using their real name, Shaun Treweek. A unique name for sure, one that could easily be looked up on Facebook. So I took the name Shaun Treweek and had a look on Facebook. I found one that lived in Sheffield, so it's got to be the same guy, right? Would it be weird to send him a message? I had nothing to lose, as I sent a message to him asking if the YouTube channel belonged to him. Over a day later, he got back to me. Hi mate, yeah that's me. I went to school with some of the band. I explained about the missing songs. I have 6 old While She Sleeps tracks on my phone. And I do have Suicide Kiss, Burn Them at the Stake, and even Ron Jeremy Arrives a Little Late. They are on my iTunes, so I'm not sure if I will be able to send them, but I'll have a look. He then sent me a screenshot of Apple Music/iTunes with the songs he had. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. All of the missing tracks, including studio versions of some of the other songs that we had only heard live versions of. iTunes is notorious for not letting you move songs from your phone back to your computer. I thought outside the box a bit and suggested for him to send them over using iMovie, and then he can email a video over to me with each track. After a few minutes, he sent me Suicide Kiss over email as a test. It worked. One by one, the songs came through. At this point, my hands were shaking. It sounds stupid, I know, but the adrenaline kicked in. I told him that I couldn't thank him enough. I finally had the songs and I couldn't believe it. All I had to do was separate the audio from each video, which is easily done. Shaun Treweek told me that he once bought a guitar from Matt over 15 years ago, and that's in his loft somewhere. I wonder if Matt remembers. The videos were uploaded that night to this channel, but set to private mode. It was getting late and nobody would be awake to listen to the songs if I posted them that night. I then made a playlist and wrote descriptions and waited until the next day to post them. I barely slept that night. At 12 PM on April 2nd, 2020, I released the EP to the public. I posted the announcement on Reddit, and I explained the EP and how I found it. As of the time of writing this, it sits at 443 upvotes. I received 2 awards for the post, and loads of positive comments from everyone. Some people remember my other posts about the EP, and they were happy for me that I've actually finally found it after all this time. I also posted it on the Instagram group chat with the mega fans, and my own account, and tried to get the EP out there. After all, we spent a total of 37 weeks hunting it down. It would be a shame if nobody took notice. I also updated the Wikipedia page with details about both the 2006 and 2009 EPs. And so that concludes the story of how the 2006 EP was found. If you want to support me, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. I have started a subreddit which is r/lostmetal. This is where lost tracks can be talked about and hopefully discovered. I'd imagine there are a lot of tracks that are still missing to this day. Thanks for watching, and in case you missed them, check out the 2009 and 2006 EPs right here on this channel.